Hey guys, James here. Today we're taking a look at EGO's NEXUS ESCAPE. What this is, it's a little unit that drops into a battery and it allows you to take portable power with you. So the way that works, it literally, like all the other tools, just slots straight into that battery. Hit the button, you can turn it on for your power. You can see it's powering up on that end there, and then you're ready to go. So something different today. You've seen, I've used EGO products around here for some of the gardening, lawn care, and just general property maintenance. But with this thing, this is more handy for when I go on a remote location. I need a bit of power for maybe charging the laptop, phone, or things like that. So we'll go for a bit of a drive and I'll show you how it works remotely. Now here's a classic example. Sometimes I might come into town and just want to sit in a nice park like this with a good backdrop, be able to work on the laptop and get some work done. Now the limitations there, if there's no power, after about 45 minutes, then the laptop goes dead. So it doesn't give me a lot of runtime. Versus now, if I've got the little NEXUS ESCAPE, I can plug that in and not only charge the laptop, but also run other things. If I've got my mobile phone and maybe I'm hotspotting that to the tablet to get a better Wi-Fi, that also draws down power on the phone as well. So let's see what we can plug in and see how it works. Hope if I put in the right way. Now you see when I hit the button here, that's a fully charged battery. Now what I'm going to do is a bit of a test, because ideally what I would like to do is run a few things. Plug in this power adapter. That's going to give me optionality to plug a few things in. So first of all, we've got the laptop. Secondly, we've got the phone. That is now charging. Now one other thing that I'd like to use, actually when I'm doing some of the film editing, obviously I can't show you because I've got the camera plugged in there, but when the battery does go flat, I've got a little charger for there. Good to have a backup here in my pocket. Have a spare battery that I can charge just when I'm downloading videos from the camera. That's also good to have on. So you can see there the little red light indicator. That one is charging as well. So from this one pack at the moment, I've got the laptop charging, I've got my phone charging, and I've got the camera battery charging. What I could also charge, some of the batteries that go on my little lapel mics and things like that. Plug that one in, and you can see there, we've also got a green light. That one is also charging. So at the moment, off that one battery, laptop, phone, battery pack, and batteries for there. And I could also even do something like a little wireless headset that needs to be charged. Plug that in, and I've got that one charging as well. So you can see there, they're all little low draw, you know, normally 12 volt sort of items. So that's going to be fine for running off this, because this is set up for 150 watts. So I'll talk a little bit later about some of those things you can and can't charge with this. But for now, things like this is a perfect example of being able to charge a good setup. Two. All right, so just there, that was a classic example of how it comes in handy. The two batteries from the charger on the receiver on the wireless lapel mic just went out. So yeah, being able to have these here charging up and having a backup, then I can get back to recording the voice narration for this. So these little battery packs, these things actually chew through the power quite quickly. So having these on location, if you're doing a remote shoot, is actually very handy. So you get the picture of what it can actually charge. Like I said, I've changed that to the 10 amp hour, so that's got plenty of juice running through it. But generally speaking, you'll get between, that thing there is going to charge a laptop. You're going to get between 13 and 14 cycles out of one battery. With the cell phone, you're going to get between 48 and 54 charges. And if you had a 42-inch TV, you're going to get up to 10 hours runtime on that. So, I mean, with it all mixed together, I don't know how long this will run for. I'm probably not going to be down here all day, but I will do some runtime tests and just see how long it takes to drain that battery. At the moment, it hasn't even moved off the full 5 bars, so that's still fully charged. But like I said, where this is going to come in handy is for more remote locations. So say you're out camping and maybe you're doing a film shoot in a remote location and you've got a drone and you've got battery backups for your camera, things that you need to be able to maybe film for 2 or 3 days, then having one of these or 2 of these as a backup, then you're going to have everything charged that you need, rather than having to rely on 12 volt in your car or having some sort of generator running. I think that comes in quite handy for that sort of situation as well. Now on the back, you've also got the USB chargers, so you can plug directly into that, so you don't actually need these fittings here. So that's also quite handy with it. Now you can probably hear off in the distance, someone's using either a petrol powered leaf blower or a line trimmer or something like that, but it's really noisy. And that's what I love about this EGO gear. Not only is it good for this portable little battery pack, but you can take that same battery, chuck it in your line trimmer, your chainsaw or whatever it might be, and it's just so quiet. I think just petrol is a way, it just feels so old fashioned, mixing fuel and putting it into a chainsaw or outdoor power equipment. batteries are definitely the way to go. All right, so like I mentioned, this is a 150 watt power inverter. So what can you actually power off 150 watts and what shouldn't you? Let's actually do a bit of Googling. I'll do some research and I'll come back to you and tell you what you can and can't use with this. Man, those leaf blowers are so bloody noisy. I feel like taking the EGO battery over to them and say, mate, haven't you seen EGO? Anyway, look, after doing some research, kind of what I thought, the 150 watt is not going to power a lot of big items. Basically, it's going to be your low voltage stuff like this. Like I said, your 42-inch TV, which will power okay. I mean, it's not going to power a kettle or a toaster or anything like that. I mean, look, it might power a small fan, maybe like a little Dremel tool or something like that, but it's definitely not going to have any high draw power tools. Like I said, for me, where I could see this being probably really important is if you are a camera person or a filmmaker and you go out on location and you're going to be away from a power source for a long time, charging your batteries, charging your drone, charging your camera, mics, stuff like that, having that sitting in your car is going to be absolutely ideal. And for me, like I said, in these locations like this where I come to get away for a few hours and there's no power, perfect for that. Like I mentioned, they've got the little USB adapter at the front here, so you can plug your cord straight into it like that, and then you're away charging your phones or whatever you need. And those handles for picking them up, also quite handy. All right, so there you go guys, you got to see the NEXUS Power Escape in action. Like I said, really handy for this type of stuff. For coming out here where you want to get away from the coffee shop or something like that, there's no power, you're going to be down here for an extended period of time. Laptops, phones, microphones, batteries for cameras, equipment, you know, things like that is really going to come in handy. So I know I'll be keeping something like this in the back of the car or in the back of the truck, just for those occasions. All right guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Like or subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to follow us on all our social media channels as well. Until next time, catch you later.